Have you ever felt confused about making correct sentences? For example, saying the following sentences. Suggest to go or suggest going. Decide to go or decide going. Stop to smoke or stop smoking. Do we use infinitive like to go after the verb? Do we use gerund like going after the verb? If you still feel confused about that, we will learn more about explanation about this. Let's go! Hi everyone, nice to meet you. Welcome to our lesson today. I am Mutia. Today we will discuss about how to understand gerund in simple steps. Before discussing about gerund, let me give you some sentences related to gerund. Number 1. Painting is my favorite activity. Number 2. She is painting now. Number 3. This is beautiful painting. For this explanation, we have 3 sentences using paint and ending with ing, but only one of them has gerund. Let's discuss about this further. Number 1, painting is my favorite activity. Painting here is my gerund. Number 2, she is painting now. It is an example of present continuous tense. Number 3, this is beautiful painting. Painting here is a noun. The question is, why number 1 is gerund and what is gerund? Before I explain you more about gerund, let's see some words like smiling, thinking, swimming, dancing, closing, feeling, eating, typing, looking, calling, standing, singing, eating, listening, playing, and doing. So, can you get the idea? Gerund is a verb form that functions as a noun in a sentence. It is created by adding ing in the base form of the verb. They look like verb, but they function as a noun. We use gerund when we want to focus on general idea of the activity, not the specific action. So, it is clear that gerund in the first sentence is a noun, talking about general activity that become a subject of the sentence. Now, let's look into the other example. Example 1. Running is a good exercise. Running here is a gerund. It is subject of my sentence. We are looking at running as general activity. Example 2. Eating too much sugar is bad for your teeth. Eating is my gerund, is my subject of my sentence. So, can you get it? If you are still confused about the concept of gerund, here are some tips if you want to know more about gerunds. First, begin your sentence with a verb using gerund. Of course, not all of the word can be a gerund. For example, with imperative using infinitive, like close the door, sit down, open the camera. We wouldn't say closing the door, sitting down, or opening the camera, because it is not gerund but imperative. Second, we speak about the grammar of gerund and using gerund as a noun. Use gerund after verb be would speak about an activity. Example, the best part of meal is eating dessert. I have my BS and gerund is eating dessert. Number 2, the best part of my free day is sleeping. Is here is my be and sleeping is my gerund. Let's differentiate these two sentences. Don't get confused gerund and also present continuous tense. Number 1, swimming is her favorite activity. The first one is a gerund. It means that the noun and also the subject of the sentence. Number 2, she is swimming now. The second one is the form of simple present continuous tense. The word swimming in that sentence is a verb, the activity that she is doing now. Step 3. It is important. Unfortunately, for the number 3, there isn't specific rule. The rule is you need to memorize gerund follows a specific verbs. For example, enjoy, like, love, had, start, stop, avoid, keep, and so on. For example, I avoid eating too much sugar. After avoid, we can use a gerund. I enjoy listening to this rock music. All these verbs are followed by a gerund because that's the grammatical rules. And how do I know which verbs are followed by a gerund? Here are some lists of the most important verbs you need to know which are followed by a gerund. Step 4. Use gerund after a prepositions. We have many examples of prepositions like in, on, at, above, under, to, for, of, and so on. I think you get the idea. Use a gerund after preposition. Example: I am good at cooking. She is good at singing. They are good at speaking. I am interested in booking an English course. They went to work in spite of feeling sick. In spite of feeling sick is a preposition and gerund. Could you get the point? I'm sure that you get the point about the gerund and also the tips about how to use gerund in a sentence. Now let's learn more about gerund. I'd like you to give me example a sentence of gerund and make sure it is not present or past continuous example and it is not adjective. Okay? Well, I'm happy to have you here. Hopefully we can meet again in other video. Bye-bye!